So, for like the last hour, I've just pretty much been recording, deleting, and just some of it has been me singing, trying to see if I could pick up my voice via the mic versus whatever's coming out of my laptop. So part of it was an experiment to be like, hey, can you like hear me and does it interfere at all with what's coming out of the laptop? Because what if I want to play some music in the background for one of my videos one day? Probably not, because I don't like doing that with my videos. I don't like getting distracted. Um, and I can't do like even comfort movies because if I do, I'm going to pause whatever I'm doing with the video to watch it because I'm like, oh, I like this part. That's going to happen. So mm, but I, I've just been. I had a really terrible day, a really, really awful day. Like, it's not like customers were screaming at me or anything, but it's just every little thing was irritating me. Also, because I got a surprise bill from my electric company and they're trying to say that, oh, I owe them a whole bunch of money. And I'm like, no, I don't, because like, where's this surprise bill coming from? And then someone had the audacity, the rep that I was talking to had the audacity to send me their internal notes that say the kilowatts um, that were read and saying that, oh, technically you owed like $250 before, but you only paid 122. And I'm like, okay, um, that month that happened recently where you said I only paid 122 out of 250. I'm sorry. The bill itself, the online bill, the official bill, because I don't do paper bills, I do online bills only. um, Only said $122. So you're telling me that I did not do my due diligence to pay this full bill, but you never put that full amount on there. You only put $122. So I paid $122. And honestly, I have all the receipts from the past year of what the bills said and what I paid. And they're trying to say that, oh, well, there's like this wattage that you like they read or whatever, and so you owe more. And I'm like, because I got this surprise bill for that's due next month, and it's like $268. I'm like, are you kidding me? Are you serious? Like, where is this coming from? Why is this suddenly super expensive? And yeah, that rep had the audacity to be like, I'm going to email you this water stuff. And I'm like, okay, if that was the full amount in months past, why was it not put on the bill? Because if it's not on the official bill, I'm not paying it because you guys are the ones that are supposed to put it on there. And now all of a sudden, months later, you're saying I owe this full amount. You never put that other amount. You saying that I did not pay like a certain amount. You're saying that, oh, the full amount was supposed to be this, but you only paid this. No, no, no. I paid the full amount that was on the bill. Your bill that you sent me that's online in the account. I was worried at first. I was worried that like did the payment from this last month, like this month, not go through because I paid the $123 because I work from home and yes, we use a lot of electricity and during the winter it is especially, cold. So yeah, we got the heater going. I had weatherization done years ago. Got new windows put in, everything. So everything's more insulated. So I am not paying like the crazy amount that I was before because I actually am insulating this house. It's things aren't getting through now. But yeah, so it was a shit day. It was really bad. Like I was just that destroyed my entire mood. Everything was off. I was so upset because I'm so pissed. So I am going to contest it. I'm going to file a complaint with the oversight company thing it's basically a company that is the oversight to the electric company. So if there's any errors or issues and I can't resolve it with the electric company's billing department, which is what I called again today, no mention of forwarding it to a supervisor like I've requested. And then like also having the audacity to hang up on me. I didn't curse at them. At most, I used my mom tone voice, but I didn't yell and I did not curse. So, I mean, like, I work in a call center. I do my best to be respectful of other call center reps because I get it. It's really difficult having to deal with customers all the time. It's awful, okay? So I understand. But for real, she's just telling me like, "Well, this is per our internal notes." I'm like, "Mm, that's your internal note, but it's not on the official bill. If it's not on the official bill, I'm not paying it." And all of a sudden you're adding it out of the blue to this bill and saying that I owe something from back. No, no, no. I paid exact amounts from every month past. I have all my bank statements. I have all the bills saved from the last year, and I paid those amounts, the exact amounts that were on the bill. And none of them were like 200 something dollars or whatever. And then she tried to say like, well, that was the same as last year. I'm like, last year it wasn't on a bill, but I got some, like, someone tried to say that I was like, you know, I owe this amount. And I said, well, where's the bill that says it? And they go, well, it says here. No, correct that. If it says it on the bill, it's on the official bill, but it's not. I don't owe you that amount. So you trying to put it on like surprise on this new bill? No, that's shady as fuck. Again, I did not curse at them, but still, I said, no, I'm not paying this bill. So this needs to be fixed because you didn't put that on the official bill. You didn't include all that extra stuff on there. So how can I owe something that wasn't paid before if it wasn't on the bill? Anyway, I am very mad. I'm still mad. I'm really upset. So it's been a shit day. And so I'm so angry that I didn't really have lunch, and I'm so angry still that I haven't eaten dinner. That's not good. I know. I haven't been hydrating nearly as much. I know. I should. Okay. I'm well aware of not doing the things I'm supposed to. I'm well aware. Okay. Okay. Anyway, um, whenever I'm having a bad day, there are many ways that I cope. There are many different ways that I could cope depending on what kind of bad day it is. Um, because like if it's me grieving from like a person that I've lost in the past, then that's a different kind of coping thing. I might listen to sad songs to get myself to cry just so I can get it out of my system. I have my plushies that I can, just for comfort. I might do some sort of exercise or whatever. Today I didn't do any exercising. I didn't like go anywhere or do anything special. I did my work, and then I went and got the kids after, like when I could. Brought them back. They got food. And I'm just like sitting here, and I was recording videos, like just singing completely off key because my voice is garbage now, is way bad. And also my tinnitus makes it like in both ears, makes it so that I cannot actually, like, how you do this and you can still kind of hear yourself a little bit, like an echoey kind of like internally. I can't. It's barely audible to me. Like I cannot hear my own voice inside there. Um, so I can hear my voice when I like outside, like I'm speaking here, and I can kind of hear that I'm speaking, and I can kind of hear some of the tone, but my hearing goes in and out of both ears all the time, and my hearing is degraded over time. So I used to like course correct if I was ever off key or anything because I was in choir from ages 3 to 15. I've talked about this in other videos often, but yeah, so I was able to listen by ear and like correct myself and do what needed to be done when it came to singing. But that I can't do that anymore. I can't rely on that because I can't hear myself on the inside. Like I can't. It's just it's so muffled, and it's hard to. It's like I hear that there's someone speaking, but it doesn't seem like my voice, and I don't recognize my voice. Um, so it's kind of sad. So I sing off key all the time with my boys because I want them to enjoy singing. I don't want them to think that they sound terrible or anything like that. I think they sound great. But I mean, I love everything my boys do. Like I am that mom, okay? I am always the one that's recording and gets super excited. I'm the one that can't let go of their art projects, okay? I'm the one who has like 3 bins worth of art projects from them since they were born, and I cannot get rid of anything. They're the ones that have to help me go through it and be like, "Mommy, I really don't have to have this. I really don't. I will keep this one." I want every single art project that they ever have, or even them coloring something. I'm just like, "This is so beautiful." I am that parent, okay? I am that parent that gets super excited and loves everything my kids do, like especially with art. I am that parent. So I'm like always like super supportive of everything that they do, and I love it. And I love their creativeness, and I love everything that they do with their Legos, like all their new creations. I get super excited. I genuinely love everything that they do. And even they're just like, "Oh, mom, you're so embarrassing." Like I am that mom. Okay. I am that mom. So it's where was I going with this? Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, the singing. So like, I mean, if they ever wanted to do, like, choir or something like that, they don't. Like, there's been, like, choir and talent shows and stuff like that for their school. They're like, "No, I don't wanna sing. I don't wanna be in front of people. Nope." I'm like, "That's fine. That's what I'm not gonna push you towards that." I was forced to do that. Like, my parents literally did not give me a choice. They started me when I was 3 years old at their church, and so I did church choir, and then as soon as I got to kindergarten, and as soon as like, kindergarten and 1st grade and everything, like, I was in school choir and their church choir. So, I was singing all the time, and it was I didn't have any joy in it for a while, and then, of course, when my dad was able to, we went to Disneyland when I was 7, and I got to see Beauty and the Beast live on Broadway at Disneyland in California, and it was amazing, and it just made me feel this kinda joy for theater, and so it made me actually enjoy singing a bit more. So and I talk about that in another video. So, like, I actually became excited and really enjoyed it, but I became fearful of my own voice over time. And then plus now coupled with tinnitus and a lot of self-doubt and just kind of like a lot of low self-esteem when it comes to my own voice. So I'm not really singing out loud too much. Like I do it in the car with my kids. I do it at home with them. Like that's like I encourage them to sing at the top of their lungs and just enjoy themselves. Um I even at home, I'm afraid to do it. I don't like it. And so I have to really push myself to sing out loud with my boys, even in our own home when there's no one around, because I'm afraid of my own voice. Like, I don't care if you like my voice. I am absolutely not a musical genius. I am absolutely not like the best singer. And I never was like even close to talented compared to a lot of other people. So it I really I could never be on like the world stage. I was never like that kind of good. No, I never was. So I don't care what any of you people think of my voice. I care about what I think of my voice. And I don't like my voice and I'm upset with my own voice. So I got to work on that. But I enjoy singing out loud. 2 songs I enjoy, like, that I like. So that's the last hour has been recording and deleting, and then just kind of just getting emotions out. That has been my coping today. Um, I'm not gonna share any of those other videos. I will share this one because this is specifically, like, me talking about my very shit day and what I'm doing to deal with it, and eventually I'll go get some food. I have no idea what I want to eat, actually. I'm still deciding. I don't know. I don't know. I'm like, I don't even know what I feel like. I've been so upset all day that I've been snacking here or there. I think I had like some chocolate ice cream earlier and I put some slivered onions. Oh my gosh. In ice cream? No. Slivered almonds is what I meant to say. Slivered onions in ice cream? Yeah. Mm-mm. Nope. Mm-mm. Why did I say onions? I don't know. Maybe I want some onions in whatever, like maybe I want some onions in some soup or something, or some French onion dip or something for dinner. I don't know. Maybe that's why I said onion, but slivered almonds, some walnut pieces, um, and some toffee bits, like the Heath bar toffee bits. So I like milk chocolate and I like nuts. Like I like hazelnuts, walnuts, almonds, peanuts, like it doesn't matter. And I like toffee. and I like honey and, stuff like that. So I like that kind of stuff. Ironically, I absolutely despise Nutella. I cannot stand that chocolate and hazelnut combination. I don't know what it is, just the way that it is combined. And I just don't know. I absolutely despise Nutella. They're I cannot. I will have a milk chocolate with hazelnuts included. I will try treats with like chocolate and hazelnut or whatever or added to stuff. But Nutella, I despise Nutella. I cannot stand that flavor. I don't know what it is. It's just disgusting to me. I don't know. So, anyway, yeah, so I had like some chocolate ice cream and some nuts and toffee included. Just dumped it on top and I'm like, there you go. And I had some pistachios earlier. Yeah. Um and some chips. My sour cream and onion Pringles chips, of course. Mm, I had my breakfast bowl, my Jimmy Dean's sausage and gravy breakfast bowl with added mozzarella because I don't know why they put like with that gravy, why are you putting cheddar? Mozzarella goes much better with that gravy. I'm just saying. Anyway, I had that this morning and I had a lot of leftover coffee that I had chilled overnight. So I had like chilled coffee that I just added a little bit of my zero sugar hazelnut creamer and there you go. And so that was my morning and then everything went to shit after lunch when I called that rep and I was trying to get that stuff corrected and now I'm just like angry and upset and just it doesn't help that I haven't really eaten so I'm probably that's probably mostly my hangry side coming out but whatever. But anyway, I just wanted to be transparent and be like, you know what? It was an awful day. I'm not happy right now. This is what I'm doing to kind of cope with it. Is just getting out some of my like anger and frustration in videos and then deleting them. Because that's one of the things I do to cope sometimes is I get those emotions out like I really need to talk to someone and just get it out, but then I don't post that. I learned that you don't have to post everything. Um, so I guess in a way I'm also trying to just show an example of like, you don't have to share everything with the world. I'm choosing to share this but you don't have to. But it is healthy to kind of get some emotions out in some way, shape, or form. I mean, some people do that with exercise. I would love to do it with exercise. I can't physically exercise very much, so I've just slowly been doing little bits every day. Um, and I'm just today was just not. I was just like, nope, I do not feel like moving around. I'm just too angry to even move. I was just literally sitting in my chair just frozen in anger. That's how upset I was. And I was like, I didn't even do any of my little exercises during lunchtime because I usually do a little bit of exercise for like 20 minutes or something. And then I get something to eat and I'm sitting at my desk because I, work from home. So I'm just, sitting there and then clock back in for work and then finish the rest of my day. But I didn't even do that because I was on the phone with a rep and then I was just angry for the rest of the time. I didn't even bother to get anything to eat. I was just so upset. So like I did not but if exercise works for you, do that. Um I also was like singing songs that I liked because I was trying to lighten my mood. I found out today that 11-year-old also does that because I talk to my boys. Like anytime I'm having a bad day, I communicate with them. Hey, I'm having a bad day. If I'm upset, it's not you. I promise you it's not you. It was really a bad day. And I really did not like anything happening today. And I need some alone time or I need to do this or that. Sorry. It's not even near bedtime for my boys and I'm already yawning. It's probably because I haven't eaten. I should go do that. I know. I will go do that, I promise, okay? Let me get all this out off my chest, okay? Ugh. Um, but yeah, it's when I was talking about how sometimes I will sing 2 songs that I like just to be like, "Hey, I'm having a bad day, and I'm gonna sing a song that I like because I'm trying to make myself feel better." And he's like, "I do that too." I'm like, "Oh, that's cool." Like, twinsies, yay. The 7-year-old was not in a good mood. He had a pretty bad day too, but I don't blame him though. He was saying that he's like, "Why do we have to have school?" And he was complaining about how I was like, well, you kind of need to learn some things. And then, one day when you graduate high school, you don't have to go back to school afterwards. You're done if you don't want to do school anymore. And he's like, yeah, but that's high school and it's so far away. And I was like, okay, well, what's one of the things that bothered you today? And he's like, it wasn't the reading. It's because we had to talk about the reading. He's like, I already read the thing. I know the thing. I don't need to talk about the thing. I was like, you know what, kiddo? I do not blame you at all. He's like, why do we need to talk about the thing? I read it. I know what it's about. And I'm like, basically, he had to, like, they're practicing. He's in first grade and they're practicing, like, how they will start writing, like, essays and summaries one day, as they get older and how it's like summarize or talk about the topic or whatever. And I totally do not blame him at all. I was like that too. Like, even though I'm like pretty good at like English and like language arts and all that kind of stuff, like even though I was really good at that kind of stuff and I could write really well and read really well, that didn't mean that I liked doing essays, honestly. If it was a topic that I enjoyed, I was totally fine. But if it was just like you have to summarize this or that, I'm just like, why do I have to do that? I read the thing you told me to read. Isn't that good enough? Like, why is that not good enough? Seriously, why is it not good enough? So I completely understand 7-year-old's frustration. I told him, I was like, I understand more than you know, buddy. I really do. He's like, why do I have to have school? All it is stupid math. I can do the math. Why do I need to keep practicing it? And reading. I already know the thing. Why do I have to talk about the thing? He literally said that. He's like, I already know the thing. Why do I have to talk about the thing? I already read the thing. He's really picking up my linguistics. And I'm just like, oh, okay. He's starting to, it's so funny. I'm like, I try not to laugh like as he was talking to me. I really like, I'm not laughing at him. Just like it was adorable the way he described things. I'm like, that's what I say, and he's saying it now. So yeah. Um, yeah. So got home, I got, food ready for them, so they were already eating stuff. But I was like, all right, I need to be alone. I need to do some things. I'm gonna practice like my video where I'm practicing singing and making sure can you pick my voice up and can you still hear what's on the laptop, or is it overshadowing, or is there interference between the two, the mic and the electronics just in general. So that was more of an experiment for me. I'm not going to post that though, because I'm not going to subject you to ear bleeding. My voice is really not that great. um, but I did think it was funny. Okay, so here's going to be like me ending this on a positive note. So that's the thing that I like to do too, is that like I'm very upset. I try to get some emotions out. I try to just, get things out, and then I try to go down a positive route. Now, yesterday, I was, like, doing my video because I could not sleep, and then after I ended it, I started watching Free Guy because I was like, "I wanna watch this. I like this movie a lot." And it's like, I should have been sleeping. I should have been trying to sleep, but no, I started watching Free Guy instead. I was like, "Okay, I will try," and I even, like, posted on Threads, I was like, "Yeah, I should attempt to sleep, but and I did. Eventually, I went to sleep, but, oh, I guess one of my kiddos is the bathroom is, like, between our rooms upstairs, so I guess if you hear I don't think you can, but if you hear, like, a toilet being flushed, yeah, someone's going to the bathroom. That's daily life, like, that's just happening, but anyway, I was just like, oh, because I heard a noise, and I was like, "Oh, that's what's happening." Mhm. There's, like, a door between my room and the bathroom, because 'cause I'm, like, in the master bedroom, and it's just like, why? I don't like that. I don't like that kind of design. I just don't. Like I have things that are covered in front of it because I don't see a point. I don't see a point. I don't know why that design exists. Then again, this was built in 1984. This house is 2 years older than me. So, okay. Anyway, um, Okay. So whenever I'm upset and I kind of get my emotions out or whatever, then I try to end it on a positive note. And by end it, I mean like that could last like hours. It could last hours of me watching something funny or listening to something hilarious or just scrolling like goofy videos, like specifically looking for certain kind of videos that I know are going to make me laugh. A lot of it's K-pop involved. I'm just going to say it because there are some groups that are just hilarious to watch and I've done that for years. Side note, so one of my friends asked me like if I've been a fan of certain groups for years, not recently but years, why hadn't didn't like include all their songs in a lot of my playlists? I was like, because I just got around in the last year to setting up my playlist a little bit better and more organized than I've had it before. Like, have you seen the techno pop fun beats or whatever playlist? That's over 700 songs in that, okay? I was just been adding and adding and adding. So now I create a brand new one, beats. Just beats. It's mostly like a hip hoppy kind of like and like hip hop rock, hip hop pop, like hip hop in general kind of vibe, okay? So it's strictly that kind of stuff. And then I have a brand new one of techno and pop, strictly techno and pop. So I'm trying to do playlists a little more organized. So I mean, so yeah, yeah, I am late to organizing things, okay? That's my ADHD, all right? So like there are a lot of videos I've watched over the years, like actually watch a lot of videos over the years from certain K-pop groups. So like they're my go-to, but I never add them to playlists because I never organized my playlists. I really didn't. So in the last year, in the last 6 months, in fact, I've been organizing them like crazy. So that's so I've been trying to do better with that. So it's like there could be like years where I'm really into something and I just don't do anything with that. And now I am. So yeah. So like there's yeah. So anyway, so like I'm probably gonna go and watch some more like goofy like variety show K-pop kind of things. Because that always makes me laugh, especially like ATs and Stray Kids. Like they're just both super hilarious. Like just anything that they do is hilarious and it will lift your mood. I promise you it will. Even if you're not familiar with their groups and don't listen to their music, just go watch anything with those two groups doing some sort of variety show thing. It will lift your mood, I promise. So that's it's been lifting my mood for years. But yeah, I only now started adding a lot of those songs to like playlists because I only now finally started organizing my playlist, okay? But I've been listening to them for years. Um okay. So anyway, I try to I keep derailing. I always do that every video though. I mean, honestly, if you've watched any of my other videos, you should be used to this by now. I'm just saying. And if you're new to this, just so you know, I am this chaotic all the time. So, okay. So yeah, I try to like end it on a good note, which is as I said, like, I could be watching something for hours just to like goof off or whatever. Um, but okay, so the other video where I was recording my voice like singing and trying to see, how does it, it picked up my voice fairly well, but there were parts where I was got a little quiet because I tend to keep my mouth pretty closed because I don't like my teeth. And so I'm not actually like singing like ha, like actually projecting. I can project really well. In fact, actually, people always get shocked. Honestly, there was this one time in the Navy where I scared a lot of people because uh it was in the auditorium and it was boot camp and everyone was like talking and the instructor um her voice was all messed up and she was trying to get people to be quiet and no one was listening and I screamed lock it up and everyone froze and they were freaked out like who the fuck did that. And it's like me, 5'4", or I looked it up, 162 centimeters. So I was like, I looked it up because I don't know how to convert shit. Okay. I mean, in general, I'm an American and most of us don't know how to convert measurement for anything. We have to look it up. Uh, and we're also like the odd person out, like of all other countries. Like we have to be different. That's the Navy in the military, by the way. All the other branches in the US military, they have certain ranks and it's pretty much across the board. But no, the Navy had to be different and be like, no, we're not going to go by those kinds of ranks. We're going to be completely opposite. We're going to just call this something else. And it's like, okay. So that's how the US is. We just got to be the problem child, okay? I mean, everything else aside. And if you know, you know, like especially with what's going on in this country. But we are just in general the problem child of the world. Okay. Okay. Here, moving on. But yeah, no, I freaked people out in boot camp. That just freaked people out. They're just like, what? And they're like, no, that tiny person, that tiny like there are some men who were really upset. Like I say men because they're over 18, but it's just like they acted like children, like they were just ridiculous, but they were really upset with how well I projected. I can project really well. I am really good at projection, which is sad because as I said, like I am terrified of my own singing voice. Like if I were not terrified and if I could kind of tune myself the way I used to, I wouldn't be half bad, especially if it's something like rock. um or like rock opera. Like I enjoyed singing Evanescence back in the day when I was in high school. So I enjoyed that and I enjoyed a lot of other rock stuff. So I mean, I would sing like well, I also sang like Savage Garden and Green Day along with like Papa Roach and Evanescence and a whole bunch of other like a host of other like musicians stuff like that. But anyway, so like I would belt that stuff out because I'm really good at projection. But I don't like to talk with my mouth because I don't like my teeth. I really don't. I'm trying to do better. I'm trying to actually talk and, pronunciate. So you might see more of my teeth. I don't like my teeth. I really don't care what you think of my teeth, but I don't like my teeth. So I'm trying to do better by that. But yeah, so anyway, it's whenever I have a bad day and then I'm like I'm getting all the emotion out. I'm just like arg and get it out of the way. And then I just try to end the day on a light note. Just watch something enjoyable, which I'm probably gonna go and rewatch Free Guy again because I really love that movie. It's just so awesome. If you haven't seen it, by the way, I what are you doing with your life? It is amazing and it will lift your mood, okay? It will totally lift your mood. If for no other reason than how ridiculous and over the top it is. But it's fun and it is really enjoyable. Um if you have not guessed, I mean, I love Deadpool. He's like my favorite comic book character. And I also happen to love Wolverine. Like they're my two favorites, but I like Deadpool more. So I was really super excited that Ryan Reynolds became Deadpool because I was like, yes, because I love Ryan Reynolds and I love all the things that he does. I do. Okay, I'm completely biased. Ryan Reynolds. Okay, but so I just haven't watched that video in a while. So I was like, I want to watch Free Guy. So I did. I didn't completely finish it last night though before I attempted sleep again and eventually fell asleep. But I'm probably going to watch it again because it's just is an enjoyable movie, okay? I also love Knives Out. I love Knives because it's just so ridiculous. And Daniel Craig is just I love his accent in that. It's just so adorable. I love it. It's so amazing. And he does a really good job with the character. So there's like certain movies that aren't Disney that are also comfort movies. So Knives Out is one of them, but I love Free Guy. So that is also a comfort movie of mine. So yeah, I definitely anyway, so I'm probably gonna go and watch that again just to be like, yeah, you probably did not pick it up, but my stomach growled. I need to go eat something. I really should. I really should. That would be the responsible thing to do, right? But I'm still talking. I'm still getting some stuff out. Um, okay. So here's something else that I do whenever my boys are having a bad day. So at the end of the day, I will tell them, okay, it's bedtime and we got to get ready for bed. And if you get ready in time, then I'll have time to, because I'm trying to get them in bed and start sleeping before 9 p.m. That does not always work. It really, I literally have to hover over them to get them to do shit. It's really, especially since they start getting distracted by each other and then they start playing and stuff. And it's like, okay, we need to do this. We need to go to bed because but I try to read as much as possible. Now, there are days when I just cannot read. Like I have a migraine, or I really am upset, or I'm not feeling good. I just, I cannot calm myself down enough to read a story to them without getting upset at every little thing. And I will tell them, I will communicate like, hey, I am not in a reading mood. I cannot do a reading thing today. Because I'm really, I just, every little thing is setting me off. So please, please, don't. So I try. I have my bad days. I have my depressive days. I have my feeling sick days. So the biggest thing is I communicate that with my kids. Okay. So they know what's going on and they know it. They have nothing to do with why I'm upset or why I'm sick or whatever. Well, I mean, if they brought it home from school, but I like don't blame them if I'm sick. Okay. I don't look at them like you're the reason. No, I don't do that shit. Okay. I don't do that. But say I'm able to get them actually in their beds. Oh, excuse me. Like a burp came out. Ugh. Okay. I'm one of those like women that doesn't care if I burp. I will say excuse me. If I fart, I say excuse me. Whatever. That's life. I'm human. It's going to happen. So if you're if you're one of those people who like seems to think that women should be like dainty or whatever, this is not the channel for you. I am not a dainty person. I am not a girly girl. If that's something that, hey, I have nothing against girly girls. It's just if there are people who had that expectation of me, not going to happen. Nope. I'm very much the uncouth heathen woman who like would be a cat lady if I didn't have kids. I'd probably still be a cat lady and a puppy lady because I love dogs too. So all kitties and puppies, just all of them, whatever their size. And yes, wolves are puppies too. I don't care what anyone says. Tigers are kitties too. I don't care what you say. They are, all right? um, okay, derailed again. If I can get the boys in bed by a certain time, so I have enough time to like, read and stuff. So I do voices for characters and they get a kick out of it. They love it. It's like I get a kick out of it because it makes me feel like I'm a voice actor, even though I would probably suck at that job. I'm assuming I would. I don't. I do like various voices, and I wanted to end this video with doing some of those voices just to like make you laugh, like because they're ridiculous. Okay, you're going to laugh. You're going to think that I look so dumb doing them. Okay. But that's okay because if it makes you laugh, that's fine. It makes my kids laugh. It makes them happy. They enjoy it. It lifts their mood whenever I do certain voices. Now, one voice I specifically do if it's there's a Sesame Street book where it's like The Giving Tree. I don't know if you've ever read that book. It is hilarious. I love it. I loved it as a kid, okay? Um but I found it at a Goodwill years ago, and so I started doing voices to it. Hmm. So I'm not very good at it, but Grover. So like I try to do like a really scratchy like and Cookie like Cookie Monster. Like I try to do that. Like I'm not very good at it. I can't really do too deep a voice. Um and but then I don't know why I gave this voice to, but at the very end, I'm just going to do the line. At the very end, she asked, "Why didn't I raise radishes?" Because she did a magic tree, right? Go look up this plot. I'm not going to tell you. It's a good book. But she says, "Why didn't I raise radishes?" Like it's just such a funny voice. I don't know why. That's not very fair. I laugh at my own jokes. Okay, I am that kind of dork. All right, but I just anytime I do that voice, I laugh too. My kids laugh. They think it's hilarious. They laugh uproariously every time I do that line. Like I could go and get the book. I could pause this go to the book, but I don't feel like getting up. So you're just gonna have to look it up yourself. But I think it's hilarious. I love doing that. Um I can't do Elmo very well, but I can try. Elmo says hi. That's as best as I can do. I can't do Donald Duck really. Like I can't speak Donald. My dad can do Donald Duck's voice. He can do Donald Duck's voice. I have tried. So I can do like his angry like that, but it tickles my lips, so it's really but I still try. I still try. I know that was terrible, but I'm trying to like I can't really speak when I do Donald. Like I can do his angry sounds, but I'm not going to even attempt Mickey. I tell the boys I'm like I'm not going to attempt Mickey. I'm not going to attempt Mickey or Minnie, because I have a lot of Disney like books I read to him too, um, and and then there's like this voice um that's like a it's not really a baby voice, but it's like a high pitched like voice, and I do this just to mess with them. So I say good night, I love you to both of them every single night, right? Whether they say it back or not, that's totally fine. I want to say it. I don't think saying I love you repeatedly um means that it detracts from the meaning of. I think it means more every time I say it. Like that's just how my view on it. Um, so I will freely say that and like give that to others. And it's not required that they give it back or say it back. That's totally fine. I'm not forcing my kids to. So if they do, it's up to them if they want to. So there are nights when they don't say it just because they don't feel like saying it. That's totally fine. I know they love me and they know that I love them. But anyway, so I'll say goodnight, I love you. But sometimes I'll do it in like a high pitched voice just to be goofy. I was like, "Good night, I love you." And I like do that and like just like a really like ha kind of voice just to mess with them. There's another it's like a good night, I love you. It's just like a higher pitch kind of voice. Um, but there is a voice where I call it my baby voice. And it's so disturbing. It's so messed up. I don't know why I came up with this. Um, but anytime that they're like goofing off or doing something, I'm just like, "Oh my gosh, you guys, you're being ridiculous. Like stop. Like please, I need you to behave. I need you to help me. Please do the thing I asked you to do." I am frustrated, but I make it like goofy. I make it kind of like silly. And so I talk to them in this voice.
That's not very fair. Why are you doing that? You're being mean to me. And it's not, you can't be mean to mommy like that. Mommy doesn't like it.
It's such a ridiculous voice. Oh my god.
Sometimes I'll go around the house and I'll talk just like this all the time, no matter what I'm saying, just to mess with them. And they don't like it at all.
Because they keep laughing. Because they're just like, and then at sometimes when I do it, they're just like, "Mom, stop." And they get really irritated if I can like continue to do it. So if they're like doing something completely antithetical to anything I ask them to do, and it could be as simple as please get up and come to the table and eat your food. Like I want you to, not starve, and they're just not wanting to. I'll be like,
food is very important. You need to eat your food. Why aren't you at the table?
and they get really like mad. They're just like, why are you doing that voice? Stop it. It's funny to them sometimes, but then other times it really irritates them. I'm like, this is how I get back at them whenever they're like, just sometimes, especially a 7-year-old, he's very much like a cat that will just stare at you like, why are you asking me to do something? How dare you? Like that, he will stare at me like, okay, why is this required of me? I'm busy. Like that's what my 7-year-old looks at me like. He's just like, excuse you? Very much cat energy. I mean, he loves cats. He has more like kitty cats, tigers, just everything cat versus he has like a couple puppy dog like plushies. Like, but he has like like 15 cat plushies. I think it's 15. It may be closer to like 11. But anyway, so he's got cat energy, okay? He's very much a cat energy person. Um so whenever I'm just like come to the table and eat your food because I don't want you to starve. Most of the time he comes to the table. Most of the time he's like, I'm hungry, I want to eat, so I'm going to eat. But there are times when he's like, I'm in the middle of something. How dare you interrupt that? And I will just start that voice. I'm like,
food is very important, and it is not really fair that I made all this food and you're not going to eat it. That's so mean.
every time I hear myself say it, oh my gosh, it's such a ridiculous voice, isn't it? It is so ridiculous. So yeah. Anyway, it makes them laugh most of the time, but then it irritates them to no end. And that is how I get back at them whenever they're just like irritating me because I'm just like, dude, can you just help me with this thing? Can you just help me with this? Like, I should not be doing this on my own, especially if it's like chores or something. It's like, this is your laundry. Help with it. Okay. I'm trying to teach you how to be self sufficient and independent and not have people be your slaves. Okay. I want to raise you to be better than that. Okay. And it's like, come and get your laundry or come do this thing. And they're just, no, I don't feel like, okay. Okay. Then I will irritate you in this way until you do that thing. And I will get a lot of fun out. I will get a kick out of it and it will be hilarious. So anyway, I thought I would leave the video at the end with me doing those ridiculous voices just to like for you to get a kick out of it. Like I am the kind like 11-year-old really takes after me. So I'm the kind of person that will make a fool of myself to make other people laugh. Like I don't care how stupid I look. I really don't. I don't care how dumb I sound about anything. Like well, I do care if it's like certain topics. Like I don't like I want to be well informed for certain things. Um but if it's just like me being a goofball, I don't care how people look at that. Like if it makes you laugh, I've succeeded. I've succeeded. So that is kind of the mentality I have, especially if it's something where a best friend is going through a rough time. And not I'm not talking like if you're grieving or something like that, or you had like a shit day and it's not one of those kind of things where like me making you laugh will make it better. And that's not the kind of thing that you need. I'm not going to just start trying to be like dark humor or whatever. No, no, no. I will make an effort to read the room. And it's only certain people that I will do this, okay? When I know it's like something that would cheer them up. It's like, I've had a rough day and I just, whatever, and they're like frustrated about something. So then I will just be a goofball or whatever. But if they're like having like one of those really bad days or something really bad happened to them, I'm not going to like bring out the comedy. I will like ask them straight up, like, what can I do to help you? Like, how can I make you feel better? And if I can't make you feel better, what can I do to comfort you or be there for you? Like, tell me what you need and I will do it. So like so I don't just do comedy with whoever. But there are certain friends, for example, where I can tell like, okay, this is the situation where me being a goofball is going to make you laugh and it's going to cheer you up. So I'm going to do that. So that's the kind of thing that I do. So if my boys are really upset and it's not like a really bad thing, but it's something that these voices can do to cheer them up, then I do that. And I mean, the way that we talk to each other sometimes is just the back and forth. It's sometimes they'll say something, I'll be like, "What? That makes no sense." And they'll be like, "But it does." "No, it doesn't." And so we'll go back and forth like a comedy duo or something or trio or whatever. So it's really funny. Honestly, like I'm probably the reason why 7-year-old has main character energy, and I didn't mean for that to happen. We were at the doctor recently and he literally like I probably said this in another video already, but he was talking to the doctor and telling the doctor about how he's been feeling lately. And then he's just like, "Why does it feel like I'm talking like in a movie or something?" I was like, "Because you have main character energy." And it just slipped out. And then he's just like, "Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense." Like it just but now he will go around and be like, "Oh, watch out, it's main character energy," or like, "Are you trying to get into my main character energy? Stop that." Like, you better watch out for my main character energy. Like he's just saying main character energy so much. And I'm just like, like I am to blame for this. I know I am. I don't like that though. Like, ugh. He is absolutely adorable though. Like he is so adorable. He's very much main character energy. An 11-year-old is more like the background chaos kind of energy, where you are so focused on the main character energy that my 7-year-old is exhibiting, you don't pay attention to the quiet chaos in the background energy that my 11-year-old is exhibiting. So by the time things start to add up in your mind about, oh, this is starting to wait a minute, and then boom, end scene. We're all gone. Like, that's pretty much how my 11-year-old is. Like, oh, by the way, boom. And you're just like, that is also my fault because I am the introvert who's in the background, who enjoys being in the background, doing the background things. But you're so busy focusing on the main character. You're not watching what I'm doing. So I'll sneak up on you. I'm also kind of petty, so I will do petty things, and you won't notice until literally like the last minute. So don't piss me off is what I'm that's that lesson. Don't piss me off because I will be petty in the most quiet of ways and you will not see it coming. And by the time you start to see or start to recognize that something is happening, it's too late. so 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 my 11-year-old definitely gets that from me. Um honestly, I didn't even like teach him that. I didn't even mention that to him. Like I just noticed that he starts doing that kind of stuff and I'm like, that's what I do. How on earth did he learn that? He just, I don't know. Maybe it's just genetics. Anyway, hopefully the last like 30 something minutes has entertained you and lifted your mood if you're having a bad day. I hope so. I mean, I don't really care how I look. I don't really care if, like, yeah, it's fine. I make fun of myself all the time. I really do, honestly. More in real life than I ever do in these videos. I really actually make fun of myself all the time. Um, and I don't care. I'm not upset by it anyway. I'm the kind of person that will trip and laugh about it. And I'll ask my friends, like, did you get that on film? Can you make like a funny meme? Like, I am that kind of person. Like, I think it's hilarious. And if it makes other people laugh, then that's cool. I'm never going to be a comedian. I'm just letting you know. I'm not going to ever do that. But that's the kind of person that I am in real life, like all the time. So you may not see that a lot in a lot of my videos just because I am talking about other stuff, but I really do. That's what I do in real life to people that I feel like are just feeling down or whatever. I'm just like, I'm going to make you laugh. I'm going to do what it takes to make you laugh because I want you to smile. I don't want you to feeling down. Like literally smile, please smile. Life's too short not to smile. Let's get that. Like I've had that saying since middle school and I will continue to say that. So yeah, if like I don't show or exhibit that too much in these videos, but that's how I am in real life. So anyway, I thought if you get a kick out of those voices and me just being a goofball towards the end of this. Yeah, so I hope you feel better if you've had a bad day. At my expense, that's fine. And if not, like, then at least if anything is upsetting you, I hope you have some sort of comfort film or show or comfort thing in your life that you can turn to. I really hope that for you because when you're having a really bad day or you're just depressed or something's going on and you're just like like what even is happening and sometimes you just need to let it out. But you know what, everyone has something that comforts them. Everyone has something that makes them feel better after a really shit day. So I hope you have that and that you're able to access it or enjoy that. I hope you get a moment of peace so you can actually do that, okay? Yeah. So I feel slightly better doing this video and being a goofball because, I'm like, maybe I made someone smile. Maybe I made someone laugh with this video. And that kind of makes me happy. I'm a second like hand happiness kind of person. I like other people's enjoyment of things. I like seeing other people happy. I celebrate other people's celebrations because that's awesome and it should happen. And I like that. I get enjoyment. I feel fulfilled when other people are happy. I am not the kind of person that gets like super angry or jealous or whatever. It's like, oh, look at them being successful. No, that's they worked hard for that, or they were successful. Like that's a long time coming. Like that's cool. I love that. I love that they're happy. I love that they achieved that. Someone got a new house. Yes, that's awesome. It's so hard to get a house these days. Like someone's having a baby. Great. That's what you want to do. Awesome. Someone is not having a kid and they got a new pet or something. Awesome. I love that for you. Like just I get excited. I get happy for other people when they're happy. So honestly, just the idea that this might have made someone smile just a little bit, me being a weirdo, then that makes me a little bit happy. So hopefully that happened. Hopefully me being a goofball made you smile. Anyway, I am going to stop putting this off and actually go eat something right before the boys go to bed. Um, they're going to enjoy it because they don't like bedtime. They like to stay up as long as they can. So, mostly because 7-year-old either likes to be on a tablet or creating something new with the Legos, and 11-year-old likes to just play Minecraft. So, I mean, the longer that they can do that, the better for them, right? So, I'm going to go eat something. I still don't know what I want to eat. Really don't. Ah, I'm going to get mad. I'm going to go down there and I'm going to stare at things for like 20 minutes deciding. And I'm just going to. Mm. Anyway, I hope you have a good rest of your night or day wherever you are. If it's like day for you, it's like nighttime for me, but it's daytime somewhere in the world, right? So, anyway, I will talk to you later. Bye.